Từng nghe cảnh. What a mess! Burn the trash. Burn the trash around the furnace. Where furnace? Where is the trash? Burn the furnace. And local kan hệ đó thì to lên cái gì? Kinh lộc về xem mà. NSC in kan ta zo hin cái gì? Lại kan patient cái là cái gì đó? Anh mong rồi. Wow. Lại hard đâu hả em? On hi cái khen số thế đâu không? Burned trash. Ah! Ayos! Nagtanluto ka nun eh. Aha! Try mo lang. Ay! Kalat hilaw. Kathimo ka te. Kaanak ang hulaw. At siyang Kapat ngay Federal Bureau of Control, to all the executive staff, I know there is something concerned regarding our operation exceeding the DNL budget. So long as we operate within the oldest house, we are obscure from scrutiny in many respects. If our budget demands are not exorbitant to the point of drawing attentions, then they will granted by US Treasury without cautions. FBI is just another line in another spreadsheet that some lowly accountant won't even notice. Their eyes will skip over us as if we weren't even there. Nature of the oldest house allow us certain freedom in how we operate. Our being here is not accident. Regards, Zachariah Trends, Director of Federal Bureau of Control. So ano nga kala chilo ko nga arapang mata. Agent death notifications. Federal Bureau of Control. Dear Mr. and Mrs. Potts, I regret to inform you that your son's Graham Pott was killed in active duty this past week. While the details surrounding his death are classified, I am honored to tell you that he died in service of his country. You can be proud of his courage in the face of danger and his commitment to protecting our nations against our enemies. He will be remembered by his comrades and colleagues. I sincerely regret the pain this message will bring you. Take some solace in knowing that his sacrifice helped protect the country he loved so much. His effect will be returned to you with all speed. Sincerely yours, Howard J. Murray, Deputy Chief of Communications, Federal Bureau of Control. So yun ang Arish Escape OOP. Federal Bureau of Control, Attentions Maintenance Staff. An object of power escaped the Panopticon could a couple weeks ago, and they want everyone to keep an eye out for this. So if anyone sees merry-go-round horse zipping around sector, alert me immediately. Do not try to contain it on your own, and definitely don't bind it yourself. Your security chief, Simon. Hey, cho cái thì số tổ hay mi merry-go-round này nói chứ. Chuan security method. Federal Bureau of Control. Hey Simon, I got your message. Yeah, if someone is in the sector is asking you, Ati, just tell him you will handle it and leave it at that. Under no circumstance should anyone personnel intervene with his day-to-day routine. I told you everything I know about him, so you could better deal with his old habits. But yes, it is still very much a classified matters. Also, I saw your report about the quarry worker who wandered into the foundations. Detaining him was the right move. We'll figure out what he saw before we decide on the next step. Cheer, Lin. P.S. In case I hadn't noticed, something is up between Trent and Darlin. I know this isn't your strong suit, but try your best to stay out of it. Executive meeting minutes. Federal Bureau of Control atangin ito nimo kathil Federal Bureau of Control topan so agenda item for next executive meeting: rising cost of AWE response, update on mold eradication effort, upcoming annual salary review, new supplier of coffee filter to be found and vet. Please come prepared. Thank you for your time. So on. Apoy mo vet lahi. Please come prepared. Thank you for your time. Committee tour and low agenda tour and see the hey page sa kam de ngai lo wai import sai lo kha chu boi thak vet thin tu amun le muna mi sei nga tanga lo sei chon lang chin de hamon chalo vera u to ko import sai khan nangma idea is source tak a halo chu don che mi sei sa nga tanga ti chu di boi na te lo chu kol sam zo ka nang man ngai tu na i lo man lo ka i rui lo sen dok chuan approve don pon approve khalo har lo tlang pui thena committee da tha te ni chu ke tri pi te in manga khemo group committee sang association ang chi te pon ni chun atla choplu to ang chi hi kan lo ngai na lo urdo chu ani hi spontaneous lo tlang pui ni chu kan hi zia mo chuan hei sialeng to the mi hi enge lockdown distinctions. Pay attention, Alberto. This is the last time I'm explaining this. Internal lockdowns are manually triggered, even that locked one or all sector by restricting use of the sector elevator, effectively locking staff in their sector until the emergency is handled. They can only be lifted via directorial override in maintenance once the director is satisfied that the situation is under control. And leader hipon mel to pa tiron zedan himo. So an external lockdown or bigger deal. Nothing in or out of the whole building. It is only triggered by a code red containment breach based on based on some complicated system that security and research slapped together. It can only be lifted once the threat has been neutralized and plan B ang daw ni sir. John, a high clearance individual give the system all clear. The process is not the same as the directorial override, so stop saying so in documentations. I know it is confusing as hell. I've told darling 100 times. Hemi darling hi department ming le floor ming en lo ang si amo ani day ne darling lo kan shit dan darling kha an mang ve lo ni. I have told darling 100 times to change it, but they are adamant it stay the way it is. Honestly, I don't think they even know how to change it at this point. Let's just make sure our staff understand how this mess all worked. Okay, Marshall. Ilo siya thiam lo chu ka shalo le prohibited item. Kan share zo lo long at lai ho hi kala share zo lo a. Kalta hi tinu ve ka mi a story anon build song an lo ta heti eva khel pop top chon khel kha lo nom lo ve china mo kan slow shit fe che tiền no ta hian heti la yang ending gen min hei hi a nan chat hei hi heti la hen message chang chi notification on si te correspondence ani data so collectible or correspondence an chi in on data khang iwa chir khan lo mu ve ta chon a game nom na khai wa man ve don chau ta ni chu thil chik mi i lo ni tak tak em thil ti mai lo i lo ni am ti ta po asil ve thei ani chu mi nan lo tha thiam ve thina reminder. Certain objects are not allowed inside the brewery. Certain incidents have necessitate an issue reminder on prohibited material, unauthorized weapon, pagers, laptop, smartwatch, smartphone, smart gaming device, anything smart. Number 2 pencil. Then anything smart. Any object considered iconic representations of archetypal concept. Rubber duck, ketchup bottle. All materials under brewery investigations is to be bought in through the private entrance. If you see lobby personnel in breach of these policies, please notify your supervision immediately. Headline po hemi po hi kazong mo lo em ka shalo le. Chuan tuna ka chir kha en lo khan ta prohibited item reminder. Chuan hi R for reporter reminders. Tuna hian ka en lo no me ki enge hemi ang chir de kha a boring ve thei ta than ta chu mo ma se ani lem lo ni a story tek ingai na view ni chuan tiếng gì nữa nó hay tiền nó thiếu tí lóc được cái này. Chuan hei kan chia leang R4 reports reminders. Hello, as you all should know by now. As you all should know by now, the R4 reports are due by the end of the week. We are still waiting on them for a number of people. If you need extensions, please request form R4.de from your supervisor. If you think you are exempt from filling an R4, then you will need to get written permission from your department chief saying so. Remember, R4s are mandatory under section 75.2 of the employee. If your R4 request interdepartmental claims, then please contact the appropriate department head, Dr. Darling ni he. Naching ha kalo sai solve tho ni he ke kha kan chia lo chin wang kha lo ne ve ni he Department Head Dr. Darling, Miss Marshall, Mr. Slavador, or M. Kirk Lund as needed. They will be busy on Thursday in the annual policy review, so please schedule accordingly. Best your admin team. Minted. One security orders. Ai chu kala chhir thailo ni hi hei. A shark in his although secure premises. Good luck. G-luck. Trends hi na chi khang kan ama khang kan lawa I ati ne khan an soi dun ve char ta hei hi ange a cinematic scene khan aron sai ve ta I bo hu thei ta ni soi lai khan ange adot le zel ti turang chi mo cutting chi ta han hei an logic ve ta to not answer to all executive staff. I know there is something concerned regarding your precision in the budget ka chhia to thau na but that so long as we operate within the oldest house ange an hei an office chung ta boina an lawang che khan an old house an ti hi department building khata boyang to pang ang khanita ta chuan his antia chumi chu kan ne tur khanita mo chung chuan an lo office khati boy ve ta thil ange a psychological ro to an chen chuan how to handle unscheduled visitor entering the lobby. Start with the following. Welcome to the Federal Bureau of Control, established in 1964 as part of the effort to strengthen government relations. We are proud to serve the United States and our people as we strive to for transparency and excellence in all aspects of our esteemed nation infrastructure. And two can Khel hi bondu tukmo rin lo thai lo in ane. If they do not leave, then ask them the questions. Are you here to see someone? Are you from New York City or just visiting? How would you find this place? If the answer are sufficiently harmless, explain that this is a secure federal office and that they'll need to leave. If the answer seem escort them to private room. There, perform the Gunner's psychological assessment. If their response are within the acceptable range of deviance, see the provided scoring sheet and immediately remember there is no such thing as too suspicious. Lo ven pun mel khop me hemi chho vel hi dead letter ka kal to hi signing fitness hei ka na lo tur me kani.
Ring, it's Dr. Darling calling. In 1978, a comms department intern heard the hotline ring and picked it up, going against every safety protocol in the manual. She never recovered, and the handful of witnesses required extensive memory repression therapy. It is a phone. It's an object of power. It doesn't connect to any typical network. A direct line to the astral plane and the board. And my hypothesis is, under the right conditions, to other planes of existence as well. Our very own Ouija board. Only the director can answer it safely, and what he hears is kept classified.
An phone chu dang dai om vedro.
All right, take this down. The situation in Cuba has been evaluated by the relevant authorities. The mysterious illness affecting the staff at the U.S. Embassy in Havana was caused by sonic weaponry in the hands of a foreign power. Numerous personnel have damage to the inner ear, but most are expected to make a full recovery. Of course, the event also damaged their cellular walls, but we can't blame that on some stupid noise gun. Thank God no local doctors examined them first. Honestly, what are the odds an altered item would show up inside a U.S. embassy? Talk about good luck, huh? So much easier to... Hey, are you still recording this? You're listening to America Overnight. Mystify.
investigate training course. Nó tâm về khi cái rầy thấy chu ở lỗ này về rất này ha, cái bị ai lỗ không mà tại hiện cái lũ đó ta try một cặp nem top anh office bốn ta run xiêm đàn à bốn mẹ là xin này mà xem tiếc câu chuyện nghe in car fill sẽ kén xin làm how to go câu thể đâu ya ah bắt chưa có thể á bắt ní kasih lain recharge rồi kalau to chuan kaya ka lang at last chamber maintenance field training no department ka to si tangkal ship me ohนี่ปลดเฉียดดูกันในเลยตอนนะแล้วรูดเทเราสิดูเทเราขุดเวซุกซุกตัวตั้มรกเข้ามาการเรียนอ่าน NSC power plant จุดเดี๋ยวส่งข้อมูลนี่เลยเชียโอเคที่ไลค์ question mark กับกัลนั่นตัวนี้กับกัลที่สองตัวแต่ช่วยนี่ปั้นมาช่วยแต่มาเสกกัลกัลช่วยที่สิลัวกัลนั่นตั้งเอาเมมส่งเมม Timber Furnace. Aha. Denver. Ah! Putin to. Tắm mì shit. Tam looks. Warwe. A พวกนั้นไม่ชินการที่จะไงกันหนุนนะคือเต็มโตไม่ชินไอ้กันเนโลวา Aha. À, lỗ này để tổ lỗ này ha. 촉해랑 아니요? 견기. Anong tolomia? What the? What is it on there? Tắm mì xem là chứ hả? Fernance, sí, toma.
Power cut. Replace the parts.
Anh Richard sắc đó tôi cái sẽ lại hiểm họa anh up vàng khang nghe cho cái shadow time pakatalo so hindi luto nga masa how to enter dito ni He's hậu dưng đến về chọc thấy vel ni hi hi good lại phải bắt đầu sau đó Tại đây lạc tụ rất khá xin Investigating course maintenance field. Chuan khonga power lo na tur. Tlai chu ka hne a ngai ta ila. Bom gì lâu về lụt thang thấy trong xí lộ. Khi nị khi. Awat về mà sẽ các mục chua khá bộ chứ. Some đâu in cái này phá rồi cơ. Yes. Chỗ này đâu ở đây đúng không? Nghe thill up được cái này ability pakhat. Cái này đầy đâu. Not enough. Finance chamber cho nên ta ăn lô omelette. Hi sao ăn omelette em le. Lỗ top nó chưa vang vàng rành khốp mẹ. Explosive nó thằng hay tụi nó cầm bùm hay. Anh tiếc cầu tụi nghe. Anh lâu thế thì lại pay chứ. Du nakal thay mo ni ti vel ano ya. Kuya trash to hihimi. Tia tiệt tụ khăn em khẩn thị đó vậy chụp trên nào mail to complain.
My name is Dr. Pierce, lead researcher of the Parakinesiology Department. I believe I've discovered a Code Omega paranatural entity residing within the Bureau itself, right under our noses. Darling refused to allocate me the budget or resources, so I'm taking matters into my own hands.
He'll recover per element picked. 20%. Evade energy cost. Huyết trắng Launch energy use 7%. Energy recover speed 20. Diba hindi pala.
Let this recording be the proof I need to convince them. The furnace.
Hey, furnace tu ni ngay ang trash. Ati hi ngay.
It's a sentient force capable of communicating. I checked, and there's no record of ever installing this furnace. I believe it.
깝치나 가. 에스.